Welcome to the Scoreboard. I'm your host, Maddie Evans. Now we've got a great show in store for you for the next little bit. We're going to be giving you an update on the Battle Mountain Huskies cross-country team as they had a great match over in Minturn at Malloy Park. And then we're going to give you a look at some other great things taking place around our community. But first off, let's catch up on some of the scores. Welcome back to the Scoreboard. Now, we were just talking about the Battle Mountain Huskies competing in a cross-country race on their home turf here at Malloy Park in Minturn. Now, this is a great place to experience a cross-country run only because it's absolutely breathtaking in Malloy Park. Now, the Battle Mountain Huskies absolutely dominated as they had 2 podium finishes happened over the weekend. On Saturday was when their race was taking place. We had a chance to take a look at William Bunner and then Porter Middaw, and these are absolutely incredible athletes who finished first and second. So let's see what they had to say.
Hello everyone, I am here with Will after their big meet on Saturday. Will, what happened exactly on Saturday?
I think it was a good meet. Me and Porter ran the first 2 miles together, and that was the plan, and then we broke off, and we had some good competition in the first 2 miles, which made it really fun, and then the 2 miles we kind of broke off, and then it was just a good last mile and finished, and it was a good race. It was fun. It's our home course, so a little home field advantage. It was great.
And what position did you finish in?
I finished in first.
And do you remember what time you finished in?
I ran 16:40.
Yeah, and how much further ahead were you than the second place?
I think it was 20 seconds.
That's a pretty big distance for a 5K. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think so a little bit, but I think it was also like with the strategy that we had to, take the first 2 miles with that pack and then break off in the last mile. It's definitely hard because you've been running at a pace and it's hard, and then to amp it up to go even faster is harder, especially when it's the last mile. You're already tired, you've already done all the hills. It's definitely hard.
And how long have you been running for?
So I started running in 6th grade because I wasn't great at any other sports as much, and I found running and I really loved it and I thought it was awesome, and I had a 4th grade teacher that was a big runner, so I was really inspired by him. I thought he was a really cool guy, so I decided to pick up running.
Nice. And what has kept you going these last couple of years? Continue running.
I love it. I think the guys are the best. Almost all my really good friends are on. So, all my good friends are on. The people that run are amazing. And times are fun because it's such a statistics sport. It's so easy to compare. And then the community's great. Times are great. It's just fun and it's pretty, and we live in the mountains and we get to run awesome trails all the time up in the mountains with the prettiest stuff that you can never get to if you're just hiking, because we go out far and it's beautiful. It's awesome.
For sure. And do you do any other sports or just run?
Yeah, so I do Nordic in the winter. That's my winter sport. And then I love anything that I'm outside doing. So mountain biking, rock climbing, skiing, I love it all.
Yeah, do you think this area in general is very conducive of creating athletes because it's such a great place to do sports and be outside in?
I think I'm a little bit biased, but I moved here in 6th grade, and I think the place that we live in is hands down the best place in the world for training. It's beautiful every day. Yeah. It's nice and sunny. The mountains are amazing, and everyone's active. There's no one sitting on the couch. You're never gonna go hang out with your friends and just sit on the couch. So you're always outside. That's awesome.
For sure.
Yeah.
And what's the next big hurdle in this season?
I think this Friday is gonna be a big one. Pre-state. It's definitely a good race. You got Cheyenne Mountain, and that's like our big 4A competition. Mm-hmm. They got a big guy that's ranked pretty high in 4A, so it's going to be good to see a few races and see where we stack up against him, and just kind of living week by week and race by race.
What exactly happened on Saturday, Porter, in your own words?
Yeah, so it was a fun race. We were told to kind of stick with the leaders the first 2 miles, and kind of take it and kind of exactly what we did. Just, stayed for the first 2 miles, kind of broke from the pack after that, and then Will broke away from me and finished about 20 seconds behind him in second.
Yeah, well, that's do you remember exactly what time you got on
I
Saturday?
think it was just about 17 flat.
Wow, that's a very impressive time. I know I can't do that, so like I'm very impressed with that. Where exactly was the meet on Saturday?
So it was at Malloy Park, Minturn, 8,000 feet. Definitely our toughest, kind of slowest course of the year, which is always a good opener. Done a lot of trail running over the summer, so it's good to start out with a nice hilly course.
Oh, for sure. And how much elevation do you think you gained over the course?
I'd say probably 400 feet and about, 3 miles total. But yeah, most of the climbing the first 2 miles.
Wow, exciting. And then being able to break off after those 2 miles when you hit the flat area and then and take the lead. I'm going to ask, why do you think Battle Mountain has such a sort of strong cross-country program? Do you think it's something in the water we have here, or do you think it's the coaches?
Definitely coaching, team community, and great overall community in the Vail Valley. We do a lot of stuff as a team to kind of bond and make sure that we encourage each other and inspire each other. And then also just the legacy. Tons of great teams in the past. Girls were third in the nation. A lot of NXR, NXN good performances. So it's kind of kept the legacy going.
Yeah.
A lot of good running culture here.
Yeah, and sort of what sort of got you into running in general, and when did you start?
So definitely family. My dad loves to run. He is a professional triathlete for his job. So that's definitely got me into it. Probably started, third grade is when I joined the cross country team. Earliest to go, but definitely running my whole life. Then my brother ran here, got to run with him for 2 years. Now kind of my turn to try to continue the lineage.
Yeah, for sure. And what sort of goals do you have? Where do you think you're going to end up at the end of the season?
So the goal is always kind of on the team. I think we have a good shot to have a good team this year. Got to kind of rally the 4, 5, 6, 7. And then other than that, the 4A, which is our division for cross country, kind of opened wide open this year. Chance for a lot of new guys to be top 10, top 5, top 3 in the state.
Really?
So that's definitely a goal.
Definitely a goal. That's awesome, man. And you mentioned your dad earlier. Do you think he's been your most avid advocate for your ability to become a state class athlete?
Yeah, for sure. He definitely got me into it, but he's done a good job kind of staying out of it and let Coach Parrish do kind of all the high school coaching, which is just awesome to have him. And so.
And how do you feel about Parrish? Is he a great coach, or?
Yeah, he's a great coach. Kind of keeps us accountable, but also makes sure that we love what we're doing and we put the team first. And it's kind of what I love about running, especially under Parrish.
Welcome back to the Scoreboard. We're going to continue our coverage of the Battle Mountain Huskies cross-country race as it just took place, and we had a chance to catch up with the head coach, Rob Parrish, especially as that is such a beautiful place over there in Malloy Park. Let's hear what he has to say.
My name's Rob Parrish, and I've been coaching cross-country at Battle Mountain for 20 years.
That is amazing. So you've been a coach to some of the greatest of our legacy then, like Val and all those guys as well. What's it like to coach a world-class athlete in their younger years?
It's been really fun. We've been fortunate for all these years to have so many athletes, and some of them have gone on to do amazing things like Val, and but we've had fun with all of them. We've had fun with all of them along the way.
Oh, for sure. And I must ask, spending 20 years coaching, what brings you back year after year?
Just the connection with the athletes, connection with the student athletes. They just to see them grow from their freshman year to their senior year and developed a relationship with the athletes and the families, and just to see them achieve things that they never thought they could.
Yeah, for sure. And how did you feel that you guys did on Saturday? You guys won the whole thing, it looked like, and you had a bunch of podium finishers. But how did you feel the kids ran on Saturday?
They did great. It was our first big meet, first meet that everybody ran, and so the goal was just to get out there and compete and race hard and knock some of the rust off and enjoy. It was our only home race. So we wanted to just enjoy the setting and enjoy being in front of the family and kind of show off the beautiful venue there at Malloy Park.
Yeah.
And so they did great. It was good stepping point, and we're moving on to some of the bigger races, but we kind of keep our eye on the prize at the end and focus on enjoying parts of the journey. And they did a great job with all that.
Yeah, no, they seem to do a great job on Saturday. And you guys finished third last year in state. Do you think you can achieve or surpass that this year?
Yeah, so the guys were third,
Yeah.
and the girls were second.
Amazing.
And now was the 8th year in a row that the girls have been first or second. So, the goal is to be a top few team in the state. And Colorado, particularly 4A Colorado, is very historically amazing. Last year, the Niwot girls were the number 1 team in the entire country out of 4A Colorado. Cheyenne Mountain boys were the number 2 team in the entire country. So if you're in the top in Colorado, you're doing really well.
Yeah, do you feel like Colorado just has an extremely strong cross-country running sort of community and athletes here? Or do you think it's more exceptional than most of the rest of the country?
Yeah, I think it's just the culture and the lifestyle in Colorado leads itself to endurance pursuits, right? There's a lot of great mountain bikers and skiers and ski-mo skiers, triathletes, and runners too. So everybody is doing things outdoors. Kids are raised at a young age to be doing things outdoors. So the lifestyle has promoted it.
Yeah.
And I think in Colorado, there's a lot of really strong runners, but there's a lot of really strong teams and coaches. So when these athletes come up, they're met with strong programs to really facilitate their talent.
Yeah.
And I think that it's Colorado is the mecca for distance running.
Oh,
so
sure.
the competition breeds better competition.
Oh, absolutely.
Welcome back to the Scoreboard. I'm your host, Maddie Evans. Now, we've covered a little bit from the Battle Mountain Huskies cross-country team, and I just recently had a chance to go over to Ski Town All-Stars and have some fun with them and their new e-bikes. So let's take a look. When you think of summertime, don't you think of getting out and riding your bike around? Well, Chris Pavona from Ski Town All-Stars has us on some lovely trusted steeds here. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Maddie.
These bikes are pretty cool.
They are super 73.
That's it. They are super.
They're super 73s, correct.
And so what makes these bikes so special compared to some of the other ones that you see around town?
So this brand I've been following for a while. They just have a really cool styling, kind of like that old cafe racer. They've got a pretty amazing range. They're fast, they're quick, they're fun. And I think it's just a perfect tool to get around the valley in the in the summertime.
Especially during the summertime, but then look at how beefy these tires are. I feel like you could ride these things in the winter pretty well if you're bold.
You could. The ice does get a little scary. We definitely have another tire that we'll be putting on some of the bikes for the wintertime, more of like kind of compared to like a snow tire. But yeah, they definitely have some off-road capabilities, especially with the one you're on with the full suspension. So so definitely a very capable bike.
And we've got 3 models right here, so let's talk about this one really quickly.
Yep. So this right here is our base model, most cost-effective, definitely not a lot of the frills, no front suspension, no light, but definitely a good starting point, 750 watt battery. And then next up is our most popular model. This is actually our most popular color as well. This is called the S2. It's going to have a 960 watt battery, front suspension, LED light, mechanical brakes, a range of about 40 miles, and it goes about 30 miles an hour, 31, 32 miles an hour.
That's speedy.
That's speedy. That's breaking some laws.
And then what about this one right here?
So that's basically going to have the same battery, same speed, about 30. LED light. It actually has a horn, which is pretty nice. So if someone's going to cut you off, you can definitely blast them. As well as rear suspension, and then the bigger tires as well. So that's kind of our high-end model.
I really want to push this horn.
We got to turn it on first.
All right.
Give it a second.
Okay. All right. We'll keep talking about bikes then, and then I'll launch the horn in here. And so if people are interested, they can come in here and buy bikes.
Yep. So basically the big thing is we like to get them on the bike, because once they get on the bike, they come back to the shop and they're just like smiling. They're smiling ear to ear. So that's the horn.
Yeah, I would say it's a pretty solid horn.
Yeah, so we just like to get people in here, try out the bikes. 8 times out of 10, Pumpkin gets on the bike and they come back in. They're like, I need one of these. And then they go home, their wife, their significant other tries it, and then they wind up coming back and buying a second one. So it's definitely been a pretty fun thing to have people pretty stoked out about these things.
And you guys are one of the few places in the valley that are carrying this specific model.
So we're technically the only dealer of Super 73, especially with the higher end models. There's another big box store has them, but we're the only ones that actually have the high end models.
Which these are really fun for people to get out, and so I think that maybe you and I should go ride some bikes.
Let's ride.
Perfect. We're gonna go take these bad boys out for a spin, but we're gonna take you along on the adventure. So we're gonna get geared up and then we're gonna get outside. Stay tuned. We've made our way outside. We're on the bikes. We've got our safety first on. Make sure we're nice and safe out there. So Chris, how do we use the bikes?
So basically, that's the horn. This is a bell. So if anyone gets in your way, you're prepared. So these have 2 different settings. You can do pedal assist, or you can use actually the throttle, which is right here. When the brake is engaged, you cannot use the throttle. So how I like to start out is by kind of getting a little lift off with a little throttle, and then you're right into your pedal assist.
Perfect.
Same thing as most bikes. You got your rear brake, you got your front brake. Pretty simple. It's just like riding a bike.
Oh my goodness.
See what I
with the
did there?
puns. Yeah, I love a good dad joke.
Yeah.
So if people are interested to come ride the bikes, test them out, they can
Yep.
just come find you at your shop. Where are you guys located?
We are here in beautiful Vail, Colorado, also known as the Green Mile. We're right next to Pier 13 Liquors, Huga Life, Big O Tires adjacent. Yeah, we got everything right here.
And do the helmets come with the bikes?
If you really want one of these lovely peach salmon pink helmets, I'll give you one for free.
If you buy a bike.
Only if you buy a bike.
Yeah, that's the stipulation. Is you
Absolutely.
have to buy a bike.
Yep.
All right, well, so you've got some accessories on yours. Let's talk about those really quickly. Not only do you have the speaker attached to the bike for the fun of it, but you've also got your trusted sidekick, Koa, in the back.
I actually forgot she was back there. You're being such a good girl. You're being such a good girl. So yeah, we've got this bike outfitted with some racks, a basket, some chrome bags, speaker, phone holder, a little bell. This has kind of a lot of the common things that we put on the bikes,
And then-
especially the dog.
Especially the dog. If you have a dog that can fit in the basket, they'll give you a basket to put your dog in the basket. I'm gonna need like a suitcase size basket to
Yeah.
put my dog in there.
Yeah, you might need a little sidecar.
Oh,
They
that
make
would...
them. They make them
Wow, look at, and can you special order those for people?
for sure.
God. You're just making everyone's dreams come true.
That's what I do.
I think that we should go for a nice little bike ride, but before we go for a bike ride, I think that we do the proper send-off. All
Let's ride.
Following you.
Okay, here we go. You. And squeal.
Chris, these bikes are a ton of fun. I think everyone needs one in their life.
Everyone.
Everyone.
But we only have 20 left, so
20 left, that's it.
that's it for the year.
Wow, so if you want a bike, you have to come into Ski Town All-Stars right now and get your hands on a Super 73.
Yes, ma'am.
That simple.
That's simple. Just come on in. Come and knock on our door.
Come and knock on their door. Get a bike from Ski Town All-Stars. One more time, where are you guys located and what are your hours so people can make sure that they get their hands on the bike properly?
We are in Eagleville, Colorado on the Green Mile, next to Pier 13 Liquors. We are here 9-ish to 6-ish Monday through Friday, and then 10-ish to 2:30-ish on Saturday.
Chris, thank you so much for all of the fun. We're gonna keep riding bikes because it's a ton of fun, but we hope to see you come visit them at Ski Town All-Stars. All right, let's go.
You!
That's all we have for this episode of The Scoreboard. If you have any story ideas that you would like to see us present here on The Scoreboard, make sure that you email them to us at scoreboard@tv8vail.com. As always, catch us on our website for any of the content that you may have missed at thescoreboardnation.com. That's going to do it for us. I've been your host, Maddie Evans, and I can't wait to see you next time right here on The Scoreboard.